Hello, everyone. Welcome to this CWC DAS rematch. I know I forgot what happened in CWC. Let's look it up. What happened in CWC DAS? CWC DAS 2020. I know they played, so I would assume there was at least one winner. I would hope there was one winner, preferably. Let's see. CWC DAS public bracket. Jesus. Full bracket. This thing is so big. Weisbrot. Oh, yeah, okay. Weisbrot beat Deewee 3-2. Anyways, get it ready for. Okay, who's gonna generate a seed? Here's your seed 8F6922. I just looked up intense piano music for this stream, I can't lie. I'm kinda tired. Very sleepy. It's pretty intense. It is very intense. I think, you know, intense music for an intense matchup here. Um, I'm not actually sure what they're playing for. But I'll check the standings. Up and Dewee's camera is gone. Fire, but slightly. Oh, okay. There we go. It's probably a lot better now. I just set it to minus 41. That is the preliminaries. Das League S3. Uh, so Weisbrot is playing. If he wins this, he is one step closer to beating Tegamech. I'm not actually sure what Dewee's playing for. Deewee, it might be over for Deewee actually. It might just be over for Deewee. Yeah, it probably is just over. But he can still play to fuck up Weisbrot. I think that's what he's playing for. He's playing to fuck up Weisbrot. Now, Dewey will be Weisbrot's sworn enemy and fuck up his chances of making knockouts. Oh, sorry, I had you. Oh, rip. But yeah, there's the seed 8F 6922. I think both players have both Hertz and input display on. I'm just gonna assume they have. We got a good luck from Dewey. We got an 18 start from Weisbrot. Is Weisbrot? Tell me this is. Truly. Ooh, Deewee with an early T-spin setup here. Doesn't go get the T-spin. Now has to do a lot of burning. Yeah, I kind of think of Hyatt's because of new jobs. Ooh, new jobs. Congratulations. 50,000 for Deewee here goes with 70,000. 71,000 for Weisbrot. I go to the arcades nowadays. Base. Deewee still in a bit of a dick situation. You've got a couple of unfortunate S pieces. For the I feel like I should know what it is, but I haven't been in Indo long enough to like I have not been in Indo in a while, so I don't know what that is. Still not in Indo yet. It's 124 to 164 here. Oh my. I forgot about my. I've not heard that in so long. Oh yeah, I moved like last year. So 169 to 166 here. Oh, I realized I was like, this is why you see me streaming at an unfortunate time, but it's only 11 p.m. in Indo. You had a nice tuck there. Guess the longboard dependency filled out. 195 to 215. And Tetris therefore Weisbrot, now with a longboard dependency of his own, could convert this to a center wall setup. Does convert a center wall setup, waiting on a longboard. Takes a single there. And gets the perfect transfer back to the right. 261 to 221. So Weisbrot in about a 2 Tetris pace lead here. All my friends are moving further away from me. I see how it is. No, I'm coming back. I'm coming back for like a month in like a few days. Not gonna be used to the climate at all, but oh well. 271 to 285. Still holding a up 2.5 Tetris pace lead here. So 77 to 334. So Weisbrot now actually increasing the lead a bit. Now about 3 Tetris is ahead in pace, I think. Yeah, that sounds about right. 3 Tetris is ahead in pace. So Deewee, will we start playing aggressively here? We are approaching the 100 line mark here. Do let me know if you're around though, wherever it is you're aligned. I will see. Because I will be going back with my parents, and my parents I don't exactly know how to explain to them that yes, some random person I've met through the internet wants to meet up with me. It's gonna be a weird explanation to have. Tetris there for Deewee, 438. 453 currently for Weisbrot. Still trying to get this Tetris here. Takes the skim and gets a Tetris. Deewee now with a center wall setup here. Gets the center wall Tetris. Going for the possible. Nah, takes a burn here, but could still set up the center wall here. Nah, just also take the double there. 467. 479. Weisbrot definitely has been threatening this whole season. Did beat Tegamek earlier this season, actually, which is pretty impressive considering Tegamek was perfect up to that point. 527 to 493. Now Deewee two burns away from transition. Vice brought 3 burns away, 495 to 551 now. Ooh, but Deewee with a bit of a sketchy situation here. Takes a nice double there. Will transfer at 497. And Weisbrot able to get the last Tetris here. Transition with 575. Weisbrot with about an 8,000 point lead. Ooh, but misdrop there from Weisbrot. Nothing too severe. Just has to take a few burns there as a result. Ooh, Deewee having a misdrop there, but gets a nice double in from after a Tetris there. Ooh, Weisbrot going aggressively here. Needs something for the left hand side. Gets the bar over, but now needs to continue burning. This is going to give Deewee the chance to start catching back up again. Still burning. Deewee also not entirely clean though. Ooh, but Weisbrot unable to get the piece all the way to the left hand side. Gets the bar flat. Gets a nice quick tap there, but now needs a four tap. Doesn't hit the quick tap for the four tap and top up 593. So 598 at 22. Deewee is good for game one. Jeez. Weisbrot with the quick transition trainer game here. Something something exclamation point Subia dot dot. I'm gonna watch. There's no IRL comps. Mini D is over, I think, right? Yeah, Mini D feels like it's over. I mean, we should read Marts after this. We don't have the whole day. I don't know. We do not have the whole day, but oh well. We got it ready from Vice Brothers. We can get started with game two in three, two, one. Tetris. Vice Brot now down one. Starting on the back foot here. So 69,000 currently for Deewee, 50,000 for Vice Brot. Now Vice Brot with early burns here. So it's starting to fall for ground. Already down two Tetrises in pace, but still very early going. Still has time to sell. Ooh, Weisbrot going for the Vits there. Gets the Vits. So now 145 to 185. Both players still stacking very cleanly here. Ooh, now Weisbrot having to make a hole there. But gets a nice flat burn. Okay, filling out the longboard advancing here. Now 193 to 232. So still about a 2 Tetris lead here for Deewee. But we have seen what happened with leads in the past game, so anything can happen. 238, 278. Now Weisbrot with a bit of a long war dependency here. Blocks it off just as the long war shows up, but now doesn't go for the center wall setup, just opts to burn it out. But that's a few more burns that he has to take. So now down 60,000 points as well. Now stops to do a bit more burning as well again, but gets the very nice triple there. Deewee, meanwhile, burning a lot, getting these nice burns. 354 to 300k. So Weisbrot bringing down a deficit a very tiny bit here. Winning longbar here for a Tetris, gets the Tetris there. 322, 377. With an LJ dependency, having to block off the well here. Not getting into pieces, finally gets a piece to fill it out. So 371 currently to 453, and Deewee is actually pushing down a bit. So now it's gonna pull further ahead. So now it's 7,000 points ahead. Ooh, Deewee the longboard dependency there had a bit of hesitation. But now needs to gets a nice piece for the longboard there. Now needs the piece over. Gets the Tetris there. 501, 420 for Weisbrot. So Weisbrot now 80,000 points down, about three, still three down in pace. And Tetris therefore Deewee 534, 444 for that was a series of words ever. 473 now for Weisbrot, 579 for Deewee. Deewee with a nice tuck setup there. I need a fan like steaming here. Deewee transition 582. And Weisbrot still has the potential for one more Tetris. Gets the Tetris there, 521. Ooh, Deewee not adjusting there. But does get the nice burns here. This is gonna give Weisbrot the chance to catch up a bit, especially with the amount of burning Deewee had to do. It isn't a lot, but it is going to lower the deficit if Weisbrot can take advantage of it, but it doesn't seem like Weisbrot is. He is having to take a lot of burns himself, just due to some unfortunate pieces. So currently 600k to 601. So now I think it's safe to say that Weisbrot has a half Tetris pace lead here. No, actually no, it's kind ooh, but a misrep there from Deewee. 676 currently to 631, and Weisbrot needs something for left hand side. Does Weisbrot? Ooh, had to block it off, unfortunately. Oh, but Deewee now in a bit of a dick situation here. 65 currently for Weisbrot, 685 for Deewee. Deewee is burning this down little by little, but Weisbrot also actually not very clean actually. So Bullfish is digging right now. Weisbrot going for the center wall Tetris there, going aggressively. Actually, no, just takes the double there. But now that misdrop there is gonna complicate things a bit. And Deewee is clean, can start setting up again. Ooh, Weisbrot not in the best position here. But Deewee also with a misdrop there. And tops out 701, so 682. 684 currently for Weisbrot. Weisbrot needs his Tetris. Waiting on where's the long bar? He needs the Tetris. There he finally gets the long bar. 7-15. And Weisbrot has taken game two. GG's. Alright, we got a ready from Weisbrot. We got a ready from Deewee. We can get started with game three in three, two, one. Tetris. To Deewee going for an aggressive Vit setup here. Gets the Vits, but at the cost of a very bad board state here. Needs to do a bit of digging. Vicebrot as well actually has to do a bit of burning as well. Ooh, but and Vicebrot hangs the piece there, but gets the long bar over. So now is clean, honestly. Is in a much better position than Deewee, but now I say that I'm not. Both of these players are in sketchy board situations, but Weisbrot is the first to get out of it. Now Deewee, and Deewee finally gets out of it. 43,000 for a Deewee currently, 104 for Weisbrot, and Tetris for Deewee there. So I think it's only roughly a 2.5 deficit right now. What song is this? Oliver Tango. I don't know what that is. So 112,000 for Zadiwi, 151,000 for Weisbrot. Weisbrot. I can ask. I'll ask some German friends later. And now Dewey getting a Tetris there. Both players just trading. Tetris is now a lot cleaner than they were. Nice OJ there for Weisbrot. Ooh, Dewey opting for the no burn solve. It's going very aggressively here, waiting on a longboard. Now it's a longboard dependency he needs to resolve. Set up for the dirty. Opposite takes the burn there, but not having to do. Oh, but Weisbrot also in a very bad situation here. Blocks with the wall just as the longboard shows up. Now needs something for the right hand side. Gets a nice square over and reopens the well, but Deewee also in a bit of a situation here. Deewee needs something for the right hand side. Gets the bar over. And both players looking to be clean. Excellent survival here from both players. Yeah, Deewee getting the piece all the way over here. So both players are clean. Incredible survival. And triple there for Weisbrot. Weisbrot not making a lot more advantage, but does get opposite go for the um left wall setup instead. Takes the birds there with the left wall setup. 256 currently, 259. So both players neck and neck here. It's a very close affair. So 261 here to 286. So now Weisbrot's pulled ahead by about one Tetris into pace. And gets the Tetris there, Deewee. 331, 333. Deewee now with a spin setup. Hits the spin. Now is falling a bit further behind here. Now about one and a half Tetris is down. Ooh, Deewee now in a bit of a sketchy situation here. Deewee now needs a bit of burning here. Needs to for the left hand side there. Gets the nice pieces there and a transition 389 here. But incredibly difficult survival here for Deewee. Needs to full dependency there. Doesn't get the piece all the way over. Now forced to do that. Ooh, gets the bar over though. And doesn't get the quick time unfortunately. So Deewee tops out 391. So 455 Weisbrot. Good for game 3 and is now at match point. Weisbrot, you are good for game 3. I don't know if you know. Oh, in a bit of trouble here is Weisbrot actually. Can he get out of this? He can get out of this. Probably. Oh, he's just locking in at this point, man. He's determined to mull in this. Oh, never mind. He's not. Good already from both players. We start with game 4 and 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Ooh, Vicepro with a bit of um, misdrops early on. So now I need to do a bit of digging here. We're gonna give Deewee a chance to build a lead. Let's start burning this out and reopening it. 2 burns away. Does get the nice 2 burns there. Deewee now playing very aggressively here. No, where's the long bar? He finally gets the long bar after a bit of burning there. And gets the touches there. 97,000 for Deewee. 52,000 for Vicepro. And now Deewee with a bit of a hole in the stack finally gets a resolve there. Hitting the spin. And getting Tetris there is Deewee. 148,000 to 147,000. So neck and neck here between these two players. So 220 for Deewee, 216 for Weisbrot. Ooh, Deewee with a bit of a misdrop there. Ooh, and another misdrop there for Deewee. Not the most ideal board here. We'll get it reopened in a bit, and he gets it reopened there. 227 to 241. 239 here, 289. Dude, he's still doing a bit of digging here, so is gonna put a bit of a disadvantage here, especially considering he is also 4 lines ahead right now, 50,000 points down, and still has to do a bit more burning as well. It's not looking good for Deewee. Barely readjusting that piece, almost made a misdrop there. Needs something left hand side, gets the piece all the way over, and then gets it reopened there. 250 to 304 here. So Weisbrot now 30,000 points in the lead, but also 10 lines behind. It's a true 3.5 Tetris pace lead here for Weisbrot. Deewee willing to bring it up in the next phase of the game here if he wants to stand a chance at keeping his hopes alive in this match. And 367 currently for Deewee. Now 389, 368 for Weisbrot. So Deewee is bringing this back slightly. Actually, they might be tight on pace here. It was looking dire for Deewee, but now he seems to have brought it back. And we might be neck and neck going into the transition here. Deewee currently 4 Tetrises away. Weisbrot 5 Tetrises away. Ooh, but Deewee doing a few misdrops there gets a nice 2 Tetrises, but now has to probably a bit of burning here going into the transition. And 442 transition for Deewee, but not with the nicest board, and certainly definitely not getting nice pieces right now. So 446 currently for Deewee. 443 to 467 transition for Weisbrot. 454 currently for Weisbrot. Is clean. Ooh, Deewee with a few misdrops there. Oh, but Weisbrot also with a few misdrops. Both players still very low on the board. Could clean this out, but this will. Whoever can get out of this faster has a better chance of taking the lead here. And both players not getting the best pieces to burn out of it. Weisbrot board spiraling a bit again. Needs a bar now. It's not getting a long bar. Ooh, and Weisbrot's done for at 484. So we are going to a decider here. Deewee has taken game 4. GG's. Yet another decider here between these two players. First at CWC Das, now here. We got it ready from Weisbrot, we get it ready from Deewee. Let's start with game 5 in 3, 2, 1. Petrus. So Deewee still perfect here. Three Tetrises. Weisbrot already doing a bit of digging here. So 92,000 currently for the Deewee of 74,000 for Weisbrot. $161 to $122 here. Ooh, Deewee blocking the well just as the longbar shows up. Now in a bit of a precarious situation here as the dependency needs to fill out. Gets the nice burns there though. I recognize Tchaikovsky anywhere, yes. That checks out. Hello, AV. If you're wondering, I literally pulled up it's a playlist from a pianist YouTuber I used to listen to, literally called The Most Difficult and Insane Piano. 238 currently for Deewee, 176 for Weisbrot. Yeah. Ooh, Deewee, now with a bit of burning to do. Ooh, now in a very precarious position here is Deewee. Gets a nice burns there and reopens the well just in time for the long bar, 266 to 222 here. I don't know what concur means, I'll be honest with you. 291 to 223. 318 to 292. Deewee also 9 lines ahead here. Oh, 7 lines ahead. Yeah, so it is a very, very slight 1.5 half pace lead. No, it is a very slight half a Tetris pace lead for Weisbrot. There we go. I can speak English. Here we go aggressive here. Gets the Tetris there. 372. 340 currently for Weisbrot. Deewee still scoring. Both players still scoring Tetrises here. 464 to 411. So now we're looking pretty even games here for both players. They might be neck and neck in terms of pace, I'll be honest here. Nice T-spin there from Deewee. 514 for Deewee at 122, 481 for Weisbrot at now currently 503 at 114. So Weisbrot has a two Tetris pace lead. Ooh, but Deewee in a bit of a situation here. Needs to build a left going transition here. Is Tetris ready? Gets the transition Tetris and will transition with 562 here. And 552 currently for Weisbrot, not even at the transition yet. Will transition with 576 here. Ooh, but a misdrop there from Deewee. Gets the piece barely over all the way to the left hand side. And now no trouble. Ooh, hesitation there from Deewee. And Deewee tops out at 572. And Weisbrot 584 is good for game 5. And Deewee loses in another decided to Weisbrot. This seems to be a common trend here. Weisbrot holds on to his perfect record, and Deewee's just went offline. I'm gonna let Weisbrot mull up this, and I'll find them to raid after this. If there's anyone cool to raid. Yes, GG's to both players. Weisbrot maintaining his perfect record here. Now, Weisbrot currently at 27 points, 9 points away, 10 points away from overtaking Tega with games in hand. Please don't raid.